Today, we are going to be going over everything you need to know before you start your first competitive entry-level graphic design job. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, so if you're just starting your first competitive entry-level design job, or any job for that matter, there's a lot of things that you're going to want to know. Me, for instance, I started 3 months ago at my first ever design job, and I never worked a design job before, and I've learned a lot so far, and a lot of valuable things that I think people could learn from, especially seeing as a lot of the listeners are probably in creative pursuits of their own. Maybe you're thinking about making a transition. These are just some of the things that I wish I had known before starting, and that will put you on the path towards success. So without further ado, number one is to stick with it and know why you're starting. You have to know your why. I know that sounds super basic, super Simon Sinek, if you will, but it is important because, especially when you're in an entry-level position, you're not going to be doing anything company altering. It's probably not your dream job. You're not going to be doing industry changing work that's going to shift the tide of design and make you the next Pablo Picasso revolutionary. And I know that sounds a little bit rambly and a little bit sarcastic, but the truth is, that's the truth. Doing design proofs is very templated and tedious work, but it's how you get started and it's how you learn the process. So really immerse yourself into it. Know that I hate to say this, but know that you're paying your dues and know that you're doing this for a means to an end. Because not every day is going to be glamorous and sexy, but you're learning and you're growing. Number two is to show your face as much as possible. If you're in a competitive industry, if you're in a competitive agency, rather, environment, then it's so good to just take advantage of everything around you and meet all the creative people that you work with. I know at RUDIS there are some incredibly talented people out there. Like there's Harley, the Photoshop master. There's Tyler, this illustrator that does these crazy designs in Illustrator that gets printed on all the apparel. He does a lot of the custom stuff. And even amongst other designers that are getting started as well. Jackie Kasai is probably the most talented graphic designer I know, and she just works so fast and so quick. And yeah, I learned from her even though she's just getting started as well. There's so many other people. There's Adam from production. There's Sarah from production. There's so many people around you that are just awesome, and even if they aren't in the same department as you, or even if they aren't creatives themselves, try and learn something from them. Like, for example, I try and learn from the salesmen all the time, even though they aren't in my same industry. They know the concepts and the principles of selling, and as creatives or freelancers, knowing how to sell and knowing the value of what you have to offer is big, so I try and learn from them. Honestly though, I don't give too much credit to the salesmen because they suck. But yeah, so I'm just kidding. Number three that I have on the list here for trying to improve your position at an entry-level design job is to make yourself valuable. Dabble in other departments. And this kind of pairs into with the last one, but make it your priority to offer your time to other people and make yourself valuable. And this could be ranging from anything, not even in design. Offer your hand in other projects. Use that as an opportunity to learn. Don't ask for anything in return, and take it upon yourself to stand out in any way that you can. And there's a fine line here. It's not always, kissing up to the boss, doing everything else. It's just finding ways to make yourself as valuable as you can so that if you were to leave, people are going to notice that you're not there. For instance, tying this to my entry-level design job, I've done work for the marketing department. I've volunteered my time in the warehouse. I make TikTok videos, as cringy as that might sound, which it really isn't that cringy because the photo video department at RUDIS is top notch and incredible, and I love it, and I get a little kickback from it too, and I learn a lot too. I learn how to use After Effects and Premiere and to do these cool transitions and all that stuff. So yeah, it's just make yourself as valuable as possible and make your face shown around. But yeah, if you were to miss a day, people should be able to notice that you're gone because you're friends with everybody. So take it upon yourself to make friends. Number 4 is to think outside of the box. And this is the controversial play of the day here. Thinking outside of the box can mean a lot of different things, but to me it means pushing back a little bit. And like I said, that can sound a little bit controversial. You want to be a good employee, but you can't be in your shell so much to where you're afraid to point out flaws and things in the way around you. People, your employers, your creative employers want people that offer solutions, and this goes for any business. They want employees that offer solutions to problems, that aren't just pencil pushers coming in and clocking out. Yes, there's a lot of grunt work that goes into an entry-level job, but the easiest way to set yourself apart is to go in every day with a mindset that you're looking to improve the company and solve problems, not just go in and meet your proof quota for the day, you know? And this has been the hardest thing for me, is that my instinct is to just go in every day and grind, you know, because that's who I am. I'm the hardest worker in the room. I pride myself on that, even though I might not be the fastest worker in the room, because Jackie beats me every day, and she's just the most insanely talented designer, and she motivates me every day. But that's beside the point. But it's hard because your instinct is probably to be a pleaser, to please everyone, and avoid any type of conflict, because this is your job and you want to get along with everyone and make friends, which is what we're doing. But at the same time, you have to strike that balance between making friends and making progress, and you can find a harmony of both, I promise you. Find solutions to the processes that that can be improved, and just offer them up. And you don't have to be condescending about it. You can just say, yeah, you know, this template is a little bit off. I think if we were to readjust the arrangements of the garments or adjust X, Y, and Z to, you know, the product descriptions, you know, this would help the entire team to move a little bit faster, because I know we're slammed right now, and this is something that could really help us improve. And like I said, it's really finding that balance, but you do not want to be someone that just clocks in, does your work, and clocks out. You need to be creative within the boundaries of what your job is and make yourself valuable by offering solutions to the problems, because that's what they hired you for. They didn't just hire you to be a pencil pusher. Creative companies, especially if they're cutting edge, like I would define RUDIS as being cutting edge, they want people that have solutions to problems, especially if you're young and ambitious. They don't want people to just come in and do the bare minimum and clock out. If you can set yourself apart by offering solutions and making yourself noticed through, you know, some of your creative ideas, then they're going to want you to come back. They're going to want you to stick around, and they're going to offer you a lot of rewards. But like I said, you're not doing this with anything in return. You're doing this because it is your duty to serve and because you are good at your job. And the next one, number 5, is to learn. This probably was an expected one. It was kind of a softball pitch, but yes, learn from everything and ask questions too, you know? Like I said, you're not going to go in there just to clock in, clock out, do the bare minimum. You want to learn, if not for the sake of the company, then for the sake of satisfying your own curiosity. And if you're not curious every day, if you're not wanting to learn new things, then you probably need to identify the reason that you started this job in the first place. And that might be hard to hear for some people. But you want to go in every day with the mindset of learning, and you don't want to just go in and repeat everything and make the day monotonous and the same as the day before, because that is what too many people in America do, and that's how a lot of people grow to hate their jobs is because they're scared to break out of their comfort zone and do stuff differently. So if you're learning new things and you're staying engaged and you're always trying new solutions and offering solutions to problems and learning, then you're going to have that curiosity that just keeps on going, and that's what's going to keep you excited, motivated, and loving your career in design. And it's a great approach to have, is trying to learn something new every single day. And also, if you're just getting started too, probably in your first couple weeks especially, is to have some kind of system for information capture. So this could be a journal, or I personally use Notion a lot, and it's helped a ton because when you're working in a design job, there's a lot of SOPs, which I don't love that word, but there's a lot of SOPs and things to remember, especially when you're working in apparel design or something similar. There's endless things to remember, like product quantities and variables and things that you can and can't do with embroidery and screen print and color matching and Pantones and all those nitty-gritty details that are just better served in a journal. So have some kind of a journal, keep it on hand, keep it in your book bag, keep it at your desk. And in Notion, you can set up a database, so you can start a new day every single day and have a page dedicated to that day, or you can set it up by maybe different department or maybe different project, separate it out, and just have some source of information, whatever works best for you to capture and keep things top of mind, because that is going to go a long way. And plus, as an added bonus, if you're agency employee or your supervisor or whatever design boss, slang term, warning, that you are working for sees you taking notes and being diligent, then they're just going to know that you're engaged and that you're learning. So that's a big one, is to learn from everything. If not for the company, then for yourself. And the last one is kind of an add-on here, but this is super important too, is to be a team player and learn the environment of working in a team. I know as creatives and doing graphic design, we're not usually very team focused, and that can be a detriment at times, because whether you're a website designer and you're pitching to the company you're working for on how this website is going to be great, or you're pitching to a company on why the logo you designed is going to help them and improve their branding and the strength of their company, then you're on the same team as them and you're trying to work together to achieve a common goal. So if you're working at an agency and you're working at your first ever graphic design job, then having people in your tribe that are your team and working towards a common goal is just going to help your communication skills, and the act of working on a team is so valuable. So make sure you work on your team building skills, talk to the people that you work with, and just immerse yourself in the experience and become a team player, because ultimately you're there to accomplish goals. Ultimately you're there to learn, but you're there to accomplish goals, and being in a team, that's one of the biggest positives of being an employee, is that there's a lot of people around you to learn from and to work together with to achieve a goal. So that's one of the biggest positives. And it's something that if you're not a team player, like I said, you go in and do the bare minimum, A, people aren't going to like you, and B, there's no reason for them to keep you, and you're not learning. You're just holding yourself back. So that's the last one, is to be a team player and learn how to operate to accomplish common goals. So to summarize, you want to stick with it. You want to show your face as much as possible at your entry-level graphic design job, or any job for that matter. You want to make yourself valuable in any way that you can. Be creative, make TikTok videos, work for other departments, work in the warehouse, work overtime, make yourself valuable. Think outside of the box, offer solutions to the problems that the company faces. Learn from everything, have a system for information capture, and don't let anything slip through the cracks. Like I said, you just want to be a sponge. You want to absorb everything around you because you're in such a good environment, and Like I said, even if you're not doing the most exciting and industry-changing work every single day, the least you can do is go into it with an open mind and learn from every single thing, because that's what's going to cause you to grow, and that's what's going to be the biggest return on your investment per your time spent at a job. And the last one, like I said, kind of an add-on at the end, is to be a good teammate and learn how to be a team player. All very important. But thank you guys for listening if you made it this far. I hope this helped you guys, because this would have really helped me just kind of knowing this every day. And I have these 5 to 6 things. I kind of threw in the last one there at the end. But I have these lessons on a table in Notion that I go in and I see every day. So it's always top of mind for me. So I hope this helped you guys. Please leave a review on whatever platform you're listening to. I do read all the comments and I do look through everything. So if this show is helping you guys, that's the goal, and I'm so very happy to see that. Check out the YouTube channel for more information on how to level up and use creativity as a graphic designer, as a small business. And yeah, a lot of good lessons here. I've kind of been through it, and these are the biggest things that have helped me so far. And I'm looking forward to posting maybe a follow-up to after the end of this seasonal position, whether I get hired on full-time. And yeah, it's just kind of a brush up on how these lessons have worked in practice, because I'm not a hypocrite. I put these into practice every single day. So that's good to see. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys posted on how these lessons go. Comment below which of these you thought was the most helpful, or start a conversation. You can reach me on Instagram at Mindful Milligan. You can reach me on LinkedIn at Andy Milligan, on Facebook, Andy Milligan, or at mindfulmilligan@gmail.com. Shoot me an email, shoot me an Instagram DM, whatever. I'll be happy to get back with you guys. And if you have any questions, or if you just want to share the progress from your own career, this is a community, guys. So I really appreciate your time today. Like I said, thank you for tuning into this episode of The Creative Journal, and stay creative, and thank you for listening. Peace out, and have a good one.